A peculiar challenge gave Ephron Wise, a stuntman who performed by the docks, a chance to replace the once renowned great magician and take the stage. With that came applause and acclamation. But all good things come to an end. During one of his performances, an accident led to shattered steel plates from the stage penetrating his skull. Thankfully, he managed to escape the clutches of death, but the shards embedded in his brain left him with amnesia. Tormented by bouts of intermittent memory loss, Ephron could no longer perform escape acts. Fortunately, some friends he met while hanging around the docks gave him some sound advice. They helped him lend out his savings and provided tips and tricks on the artistry of escaping. For a time, this was enough to eke out a decent living. However, Ephron's amnesia continued to worsen, and his temper became increasingly erratic. Though loans and mentoring were profitable, they also brought considerable trouble. Debtors were always showing up at his door. Some threatened him, some deceived or took advantage of him to steal from him when his amnesia acted up, and the police often visited to question him. All of this made Ephron more and more paranoid, suspecting that someone was plotting to steal his fortune. His suspicions were not unfounded. At one point, he discovered that strangers had shamelessly moved into his home. The intruders showed no respect for him. They spent all day fiddling with old props from Ephron's escape act, looking through his ledger, and even opening his cash box, though Ephron had long since lost track of the amount of money inside. And the worst part, whenever they went out, they kept Ephron firmly chained up, only freeing him when they returned. God only knows why those people were so obsessed with escape tricks, but it gave Ephron an opportunity. When they entered the water torture tank used for escape shows, Ephron fastened the lock for the hidden mechanism from the outside. The lock he had carefully designed for that special challenge, one that even the greatest escape artist of all time had failed to open. He watched as they desperately pounded on the glass, drowning one by one. He had finally solved one of his troubles. And out of one of his mentoring sessions, more good fortune came. A South Asian merchant paid his debt with a shipment of incense, claiming it had been blessed by the gods and could unlock his memories. Skeptical, Ephron hesitantly tried one. As a scent wafted through the air, Ephron slammed into lucidity. In disbelief, he went to his storage room. In the candlelight, he saw face after face that perplexed him. Faces that were familiar, yet unfamiliar. In that moment, his mind nearly ripped itself apart. People said that the owner of that corner house had finally gone insane. Regardless of whether it was a debtor or someone with ulterior motives, all would be choked by the thick smoke in his home. Those curious asked the owner, and he responded that he needed to stay lucid, lest the unspeakable howls and whispers would continue to reverberate through his skull. Late one night, Ephron Wise rode off in a carriage, never to return. All that was left in the abandoned house was a hastily opened letter. The letter invited him to join an escape game. If he managed to escape, someone would share Memory's secret with him. And that would truly be the world's greatest escape technique.